almost.
Yeah.
That's darker than that.
1:15 in the morning, just finished laying the last coat of paint. I absolutely hate the color. It's not what I expected and I hate it. Good morning, good morning. It is currently 7:52. We are going to the paint shop this morning. I am very tired if you couldn't tell. However, I'm very excited because we get to go look at paint colors for the engine bay. I'm gonna bring a portion of my wrap as well, just so I can kind of compare and see what looks best with the outside color. We're going to a paint shop that was recommended to me by Colin, so shout out to Colin for recommending this place. It's called the Color Shop in Bellwood. When I called them on the phone yesterday, they were super helpful, but I just really couldn't decide what I wanted over the phone. Open at 8 a.m., so in about 8 minutes, and I work at 10. So we need to stop there first, check out some colors and pick something, and then we're gonna go directly to work. We're gonna just go with the flow. The Midwest is so depressing looking. There's no color in anything, and it's always snowing or raining or all of the above. We're in need of gas right now, so we're at the gas station. Look at the school buses. That's how you know it's way too early for me to be awake. It's 8 in the morning. I don't know about you guys, but I hated my high school experience. I just had a miserable time in high school. I was ugly, I had braces, and I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life. It's funny because now I'm like, what, a YouTuber? I feel like I skipped around to different friend groups and like tried different hobbies, and then for some reason cars really stuck for me. So let me know what you guys thought about high school, because it's either hit or miss. Some people absolutely loved their high school experience and had so much fun. Other people are like me where they hated it and they did not peak in high school and now they're doing something cool. I don't know. Race car does not get premium. You get 87. Look at this. I have the flavor that I want. Oh, I like this one. This is big. The guy talked me into getting two because oh no. Oh no. Ugh. He talked me into getting two because it was 2 for $6, 1 for $4. So. 8:34. We just parked up. I have to walk over there because there wasn't really parking. Let's go see. Oh, look at that. Hi, good morning.
Good morning, Color Shop. I'm speaking.
So here's the olive green color. And here's what it looks like next to the wrap. Which is not metallic.
Here's your olive green. Here's a light green. But as you see, that almost,
Yeah.
that's darker than that.
Yeah, definitely.
Olive gray.
That's like a brown.
That's a brown.
Okay. Okay.
Here's an olive brown.
Olive brown.
I mean, actually, I'm leaning more dark green.
Oh, okay. Is that the same? Oh, it's like slightly.
It's a little bit darker.
I see. It's more of like a brown green almost too.
Remember how
It's hard, yeah, exactly. Let me just see it in the light, because I can't really tell which one I like now. We got the paint. I'll show you which color I went with. I really liked this kind of olive green because I feel like it's gonna complement the outside of the car. The sample color of my wrap, right? Kind of in the light. So my wrap is pretty metallic, but this is more flat, and I feel like it will complement really well. I just saw he had like black and gray and silver and stuff like that, but honestly, I'm not too fond of that. I feel like this will really complement it and make it look a little bit more OEM, which is kind of the goal that I'm going for. Okay, sorry, I couldn't really focus while I was walking next to the street. Basically, the easy coats come in a couple different colors, and the cool thing is that like body shops do actually use these. If they were painting like the radiator support or anything in the engine bay, they would just use that. You don't even necessarily need a top coat, which is probably the coolest part, is there is a sheen to it. So I'm gonna lay it down and see how it looks, because technically I would save some money if I don't have to buy a couple cans of 2K clear. They were super helpful here. Again, highly recommend Color Shop in Bellwood. They were awesome, answered all of my questions, and were very patient with me. So now we are going to go on our way to AES Design in Downers Grove. I'm going to drop off some of my brackets and my hood latch that were painted black, and I really want to just do like a nice silver powder coat and all of that stuff. It's 20 minutes away, 9:01. See you there. All right, so AES is down here at the end. Fun fact, actually, when I first got my very first Z, the trans was blown. I knew a guy that had a shop over here. He doesn't have it anymore. And he replaced my trans for me. And I was so broke. I think it was like $500 or something, and I paid in 3 different methods. I paid with a credit card, some cash, and then the rest of my debit card because I literally could not afford it. I was working at Toyota for $12 an hour, but I got my trans replaced here. So yeah, this is kind of funny that I'm back here again. Yo, this is sick. Ooh, nice champagne color. Very nice. M2, super clean. I don't really know.
They're tuners.
Okay, gotcha. So it's kind of like Callaway or something, you know, right?
But they tune it like through BMW, so you still keep the warranty.
Gotcha. Is Gabe here?
Yeah, Gabe's inside.
This thing is so dirty. Alright guys, temperature is currently 1 degree Fahrenheit. We are out here in the garage. Check out, new plate just came in, Dorito plate. I already put the other one on the back, but yeah, 1 degree. Let's get it. I've officially laid on the first layer primer and it looks so good already. I am so hyped. It's gonna take forever for all this primer to dry because my heater is putting in overtime hours over here. It is finally shaping up, and I think getting rid of the blue was the first step. Was the first step to seeing the vision of this engine bay coming back to life. I don't condone smoking, but it's so cold out here that I'm allowed to do that. And I know it's way too early to even try this, but I really just want to see what this color looks like when I lay it down. So I'm going to do a quick little sample and then I'll sand it off later. This is warm. This was inside the house. I did a very light coat just to see how it would look. I kind of like it, I'm not gonna lie. It's a little bit lighter than the actual wrap. I like it. So I'm about to go outside for day 3 of painting the engine bay. However, I really wanted to sit down and talk about something that I guess has been on my mind in terms of how it's going to impact my channel and my cars and everything moving forward. Some of you may or may not have seen that this last weekend I took a trip down to Florida. I went to Tampa and then I drove to Orlando. I went to car meets down there. I met some really awesome people that I've known from online. I went to Drift HQ, which is an absolutely insane experience. I'll put a little bit of the footage in here. Got to see Colette's cars, got to see a lot of the Drift HQ members' cars and a whole tour of the place, which was, the compound is humongous and so overstimulating, but it was honestly the coolest experience of my entire life. And it was a surprise, which was like the best surprise I've ever had in my entire life. And to be completely real with you guys, I feel like as soon as the plane touched down back in Chicago, the depression just started creeping back in because it's been single digits every single day. You just don't even want to be outside, and this is just majority of the year here in the Midwest, and I've been talking about wanting to move out of the Midwest for the longest time. I'm starting to really feel like this is my sign that I need to get the hell out of here because Florida was incredible. It was just a different experience being on the beach in February. I could never imagine doing that anywhere else. But that kind of leads me to talk about some stuff that's going on with my cars. So obviously the FC is out of commission because we're doing the engine bay build. However, there is a show coming up. I believe it's March 8th. It's called Tuner Galleria or World of Wheels. I personally have never been to this show, but I've heard really great things. But I'm putting the FC in the show, so I obviously need to have that car done. Now I'm looking to trade my wheels. I have my Kansai tandems and I'm looking to trade them or just outright sell them for something else. And then the Z. Yeah, there's so much going on with that car. Questioning my color choice. My wheel setup is iffy. Suspension is still up in the air about what I'm gonna do with that. The Pandem kit arrived yesterday. I'm very anxious to open it up because it just kind of makes it so real for me. Like, this is gonna happen and I need to get all these other things done to get the whole car ready. Talking about putting it in shows already, and it's overwhelming, I guess, in the best way. Between both the cars, trying to balance my own personal life and social media and work, friendships and everything, I sometimes just feel there's just not enough time in the day to get everything I want to do done. So I guess I really wanted to talk about this because I'm sure other people struggle with this feeling of like overwhelming, like wanting to get so much done, but not enough time and not enough money and not enough anything. So you're feeling a little demotivated. And I think at some point I'm going to look back on this and be appreciative of all the hardships that I went through because I know at some point it will all pay off. Excuse me. If you're like me and you're feeling a little down or demotivated, just remember, do one thing every single day to put you closer to your goal, even if it's small, even if it's minor, even if it's buying that part that you've been meaning to buy and you just keep forgetting about it, even if it's cleaning the garage or getting your laundry done or doing something to go towards your bigger goal, whatever your goal may be. Every single day doing something towards it is going to keep you on track and hold you accountable of wanting to get that goal, because you're the only person that can achieve that. You're the only person that's going to live this life for yourself. You're the only one that's going to do it. When I want something, I make it happen. And that's the best piece of advice that I have for you guys is if you want something, make that shit happen. All right. Now that we're done with motivational Tay, let's go out and paint. It's been about an hour. I just laid the second coat. We are one can down. And let me show you how it looks. I honestly won't even lie at this point. It's not exactly the color that I was expecting. I feel like in the can, it looks a little bit darker than it does in person. I mean, I guess it kind of matches. Sorta. I don't know. I don't know if it's exactly what I was expecting. I'm not completely mad at it. And honestly, it is still looking pretty sage green. It's not exactly what I was expecting. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you feel like it's a nice little contrast, or what do you think? Good morning, guys. I'm here in the car. I'm just about to grab my wing to go get it fixed. I absolutely hate the color. Just not what I expected, and I hate it. I just don't like it at all. So I'm gonna go get some different paint today and see if we can kind of recover from this. But this is already epoxy, so I don't have to prime it again. I can just paint right over it. It did lay beautifully. Like, don't get me wrong, guys. It laid absolutely stunning. And the entire bay looks amazing. I just totally hate the color and it's just not what I wanted at all. And here is my wing. If you guys remember, I traded my whole roll cage for a whole bunch of FC parts. There's a bunch of bins and this was laying on the side and I asked if I could take this. It is pretty rough. It needs to be sanded down over here. The biggest concern is the piece of the wing is just completely off like this. Luckily, he still had this piece of the wing. I'm gonna have Andrew go ahead and fix this and then also sand it down so that I can re-wrap it. I'm here with Andrew. Andrew, this is my first time meeting you. It seemed like you do a lot of body work. This is the wing, obviously. It's kind of in rough shape, but this is the main concern. So what do you think we should do with this corner?
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a plate that can go in that little groove in there. So it reinforces it, so when you bolt it down here and here, it won't bend it. And I probably will put a steel rod in there or something to help it reinforce more. I'll finish it off with some fiberglass.
We can sand all this off, right? Like all this old paint and stuff?
Yeah.
Sweet. Could be as easy as that.
Yeah.
Cool.
We'll get it done.
Can't wait to see when it's done. Okay, I know I am so indecisive, but gunmetal metallic was one of my top options initially, and after seeing the first layer put down, I was really happy with how it turned out. So I decided to do the underside of my hood as well, because the underside was white and it was super caked on with grease and dirt and coolant. So the red Scotch Brite came in clutch getting all of this dirt off, and I won't bore you guys too much with the painting process since that's basically all you saw here. So in the engine bay, I did 3 coats of the gunmetal metallic and then 2 of the clear coat, and honestly, it was already starting to look so beautiful. I know it's kind of a basic color, but I'm picking up new wheels this weekend and they are going to match the engine bay perfectly, and I'm really excited to show you guys what the wheels end up looking like. I really didn't budget having an extra day or 2 going into this project, but it's all part of the creative process, changing your mind and trial and error. I think overall it ended up great, so that's all that matters. Time is currently 1:18 in the morning. Finally finished up with the engine bay, and I just finished the second coat of paint for the underside of the hood. Look how incredible this came out. I'm absolutely blown away at the glossiness, the metallic. Everything looks so beautiful. For doing this in my apartment's garage, this is actually kind of insane. If I end up changing the outside color of the car, at least the engine bay will be super neutral. And the best part is that it matches my wheels. This looks absolutely incredible. Just realized now we have access to the clutch, so we can write something on here. It's the 22nd, so 2, 22, 25, 62, 20. As of 5 seconds ago when I checked. There you go. So if you guys are a part of the 6,000 squad, you are officially on my clutch. Time is currently 2:15 in the morning. I have to go to work tomorrow, so I think I'm gonna end this video here. Getting the motor back in. It's been really tricky trying to get the trans to line up because this motor mount is a little bit higher and it's getting kind of snagged on that. However, this is kind of the after, guys. I genuinely really like how all the little elements of like the polished pulley and, you know, the oil cap and my motor being painted black and gray, I like that it all kind of flows together. I am so ecstatic with how the engine bay turned out. The gunmetal is honestly so stunning in person. I wish you guys could see it. Now the hood, I only had 1 can of paint left, so it's a little bit splotchy, but honestly this is the bottom of the hood, so people aren't really going to be looking at it. I just think overall the green really has a nice contrast with the gray. Before I even think about starting this car, I need to cross my T's and dot all my I's, make sure everything is tightened down, add new fluids, check all my grounds. A lot of little tedious things of redoing everything that I undid in the first video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed watching me do this DIY project in my garage. Say say thank you guys so much for all the support on the RX-7. I love to see how much you guys love the FC as much as I do. It's amazing. It just keeps me going. There's plenty more to come, so please make sure you subscribe and like the video. It helps me out a ton. And I will see you guys in the next video when we get to fit some new wheels on the car. I am so excited. All right, it's 2 in the morning. I need to go to bed, so good night, guys.